It's your boy, Step Back Kid. I got the war paint on. It is freaking Saturday. It is all NBA playoffs all day. If you don't know what you're doing for the day, I'm going to tell you right now what you're doing. Get the war paint on. I just threw something on. It's going to be battles, baby. We're going to talk about the games, but we got to recap the last playing game last night where the Warriors, they took the L-Dog to the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant, just a little too much. Looking at the highlights, looking at the gameplay, House of Highlights, salute to you. Show a little bit of this. I know maybe copyright strikes. I'm going to show just a little bit. The game was about the two heroes. And the two heroes were Ja Morant and Steph Curry. And when you look at the shooting percentage, it's very similar in what they did from a team lead perspective. Just look at the stats. 35 points for Morant, 39 for Steph. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, so he had the upper hand there, and Steph had 4 rebounds, 5 assists. The shooting percentage is very similar as well. Just a pretty great night for both of those guys and trying to carry their teams. The one thing that stood out that hurt a little bit more was the turnovers. Steph had 7 turnovers, and Memphis had, Ja had 5. I'm focusing on those guys because that's kind of the narrative that this played throughout the game. It was all about the turnovers, and that really set the tone for the rest of the game, all right? In totality, at the end of the game, the starters, when you look at turnovers, 7 for 11 turnovers for the Memphis Grizzlies, and then for the Warriors, 9 plus 5, 15, 16 turnovers for the Warriors for the starters, okay? So you do that math, you reverse it. This is just some statistical game. I like to put some people up on that as well. 16, 11, 5 possessions plus 3 on the threes. Three, let's call it two pointers. All right, each possession is worth 2 instead of 3. I'm not going to kill them. You're looking at a 10-point swing at the least. So this game was won by 5 points, but that tells the story. Less turnovers, more opportunity. Who came through? Jordan, Mr. Dylan Brooks came through when he needed to. Had a bad game, 7 for 22. Wiggins was in the same party line. That was his opposition, his ops, if you want to call it that. Came in with 22 points, 10 rebounds. Good game from Wiggins. Not bad. It's just not coming through. I would think that Green, Wiggins, and Bazemore would be enough because of their age, their tenure in the league to be able to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. But, things happen. They are a certainly depleted team. We're going to get into that in a minute. The guy who did not come through was Jaren Jackson, the guy recovering from injury, still not to his all-star form. Yeah, I said it. Jaren Jackson is an all-star when it's fully healthy, if he can get back fully healthy, okay? Pre-injury, he had that type of flow, just not there. Now they go into this, we're going to face Utah series. Luckily, this team's a little bit more healthy. Obviously, Brandon Clark is a guy I would like to come back and see play more, and Winslow, if possible, in that next series, because I think those guys can benefit against Utah when they get to that stage. So Wiggins was okay. Green, triple-double. So now a great game from Mr. Green. He did what he needed to do when you look at the efficiency perspective, except the turnovers. Turnovers were big, -2 on the floor. That's what hurt him. Green, great game everywhere else, but those turnovers hurt him, bro. It is what it is, all right? Bazemore really hasn't come through to the Bazemore of Atlanta. Atlanta, once he got traded to Portland, wasn't there. It's all about teams, right? If you got a team with no big stars, you can show out a little more. And some guys need that space to be able to show out a little more. Bazemore didn't necessarily show out. He's not consistent, but I like him on his team. Only shot 1 for 5 for 3, 4 for 12 from the field. They needed more from that guy. If I would say the secondary factor in his loss outside of Green's turnovers is going to be Bazemore's ability to step up in a time when he needs somebody to step up. Now, with that said, they got a guy on the bench named Jordan Poole who came through, okay? I think Poole's going to probably be running in Bazemore's slot, or they keep him on the bench. Mike Mulder, not bad game, didn't hit the threes the way he used to in Toscano, tremendous game. Not a bad comeback series. Looney, not much. So when we look at this lineup and we say, hey, What was missing? Why didn't they play Alan Smalagic? I know he's not having a great season from a look perspective, but play the kid. What's up? Wiseman's injured. That was their big draft pick. For some reason, they got Jordan Bell back on the squad. But Kelly Oubre Jr. is another guy that was, injured, not playing. Klay Thompson's injured. Eric Paschall's just been out of the rotation for some reason. Obviously, I think he's going to be let go in the offseason and will be a tremendous pickup. Matter of fact, Memphis, if you're looking for some bench help, that's a perfect fill-in for your squad. But again, because Toscano came in, all those guys kind of taking his spot. They're similar, but I'm high on Paschall. I think he could be special. That said, they can come back next year. I certainly didn't expect them to be in the hunt for the playoffs. Steph had a conversation at the end of the game talking about, this was a loss, but a victory in pride. And I agree with that. With the roster that they had, with no real big loonies on his last legs, even though he's young, I think he's been injured. He played too much in the NBA. He just doesn't have that body type. He's better off the bench. This team did well. All right. The Grizzlies, almost 80% strength, did okay. They should have been more. I think Brandon Clark's a big missing piece from a rebound perspective. In the next series, we need to see the kid play or they're going to be in trouble. That said, Grizzlies take it. Go off to face the Utah Jazz in Wonderland. People don't like the play-ins. I actually like it. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It brings a little bit of excitement. One game, do or die. It would suck if like the Lakers were kicked out or something like that. It would really freaking suck. But that didn't happen. Grizzlies go on. The Grizzlies were kind of in that slot anyway, right? They were better ranked. They were really the 8th slot. So made sense. They were supposed to be the winners, and they took it. I'm out of here. We're going to get in the playoffs in a minute. Next video right away. We're going in depth. Peace.